HaKadosh Ben Ish Hai, Boker Or, Ben Ish Hai Parashat Vayelech. Right? The Pticha, it comes and it says as follows. הקל את העם, אנשים ונשים ועטף, וגרך שבשרך אלמן ישמעו למען ילמדו, יראו את השם אלוקיכם ושמרו לעשות כל דברי התורה הזאת. What does that mean? You should gather together the men, women, and children, all the gerim which are in your gates, in order that they should listen, in order that they should learn. Right? יראו את השם אלוקיכם, they're going to fear HaKadosh Baruch Hu, your God. Right? You could come, right? And ושמרו לעשות דברי התורה הזאת, and they will keep everything which is written in your Torah. Halachot mudat, you should know. Ki kiyum mitzvat Torah v'chol pratei halachot shela, all the following of the mitzvot and everything. Lo yeh ela rak al yedei chokmei hador. It should only be through the chokmei hador. Shemakilim kilo barabim, that they come and they're gathering together, everybody in the public, that I'm done to teach them derech hashiluk haba, the path that we're supposed to go, v'tamaseh sheyasun, and the actions that we're supposed to do. Lefichach, and therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu alav shalom, tiken lahem liYisrael, lidrosh lahem midei shana b'shana. Therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu instituted that every single year they're going to make the Rashot, Chag b'Chag, Pesach b'Pesach, Atzeret b'Atzeret, all the Halachot in the Chag. כמו שנאמר, הקל את העם, למען ילמדו, ושמרו לעשות את דברי התורה הזאת. Fine. So אמרו חכמינו זו חכמינו בברכה. The rabbis came and they said, מצווה לאכול בערב יום הכיפורים, there's a mitzvah to eat on Erev Kippur, ולהרבות בסעודה, to have a lot of סעודה. Okay, and here it actually says that anybody that's going to eat and drink on the 9th, it's ki'ilu, he fasted on the 9th and the 10th. That means basically ki'ilu, we are commanded to fast on the 9th. It's really it's like, that means even though we're eating, we're fasting ki'ilu. So the ikar of the mitzvah of the achilah is during the day, not during the nighttime. And even women are obligated in this as well. So it's not the nighttime, meaning not on Monday night. So Monday night, it's on Tuesday. Tuesday all day, not only lunch, breakfast. Tuesday all day Tuesday. And we're talking about women as well. Now he says, so technically you have to eat like 2 days. Right? What does that mean, like 2 days? So here it says, try to be try to do at least one seudah on the bread. That's what the Chazon Ovadia says. And therefore a person should even learn a little bit less in order to eat and drink. So here's mamash. The mitzvah is to eat and to drink. And also also don't work that much in order that you could eat and drink. And somebody that does milacha on Erev Kippur, eno ro'eh siman beracha meota melacha le'olam. He does not see siman beracha from that work forever.
The whole yom?
Yeah, the entire day.
That's okay.
Huh?
The whole day?
It says, right? It says over here, שצריך לאכול שיהיו שני ימים. So אם יוכל האדם לאכול כך, כדי לתקן יום זה באכילה מה שצריך ליום זה, מה שצריך ליום מחר, שיום הכיפורים הקדוש. So therefore you have to eat like 2 days. האדם יעשה כל מצב של שמיים, ודעו everything לשם שמיים, ושם יתברך ולמען טוב ולחם לטובים. And Hashem will never stop the people that they go in a good path. וכתבו האחרונים ז"ל. So the Achronim wrote down, שמצווה לאכול דגים ביום הכיפורים, שחרית דווקא. It's a mitzvah to eat fish, דווקא on shachrit. This is a קצת סמך מן המדרש. Matei Ephraim, there's also a proof to this from the Midrash. Matei Ephraim brings down, טעם לזה, כי הדגים רומזים לעינה פקיחה, המאירה ביסוד. It's sending to the open eyes, which is in the יסוד, which is בחינת, פורת זה מפורת על העין, וטוב היינו יבורך. Okay, that's going to be הלכה א' in the Ben Ish Hai. הלכה ב' says, בסיבוב הכפרות. Right? צריך לסובב אותך. By the kaparot, right? You have to have the kavanah chatach, right? Lachtov, yeah? So he comes and he says, right? This is the exactly. Right? Or it depends if it's male or female. Which means that's the order. Meaning, what's the order of, you have the chet, and then the taf, and then the kaf. Okay? והוא יוצא מסופי תבוא בתך ידיך, ונקבה, חליפתך, תבוא לתך בדרך, בציירי, right? תך, right? כנזכר במתי אפרים. ועושים מהם כנגד 4 מיתות בטין, לכפר על האדם. And therefore we're doing it כנגד 4 מיתות בטין. לכן צריך אדם להביא תשובה. That's why a person has to do תשובה during that time. כפי הסוד, just like the sod says. עניין שחיטה זו מלתק לגבולה. That's why it's the שחיטה is actually to be מלתק לגבולה. לכן זה הזמן הראוי. לתת לדבר הזה הוא בהשמורת. That's why it's the most fitting to do it in the morning. סמוך לעלות השחר. שהוא עת רצון. And you should do it as early as possible in the morning.
So this is Friday night. Friday morning.
My Friday morning.
I'm sorry, Tuesday morning.
Or it doesn't have to be Erev. It doesn't have to be Erev. It could be any morning. Right? Any morning from the
evening.
Right? ופה יראינו אשר בן פורת יוסף יש קרב, but there's a lot of people. And אי אפשר לעשות כל באותה שעה. So if they have to do it already, right? להתחיל לדבר מתחילת הלילה. They start from the night time. ואבלי שזורים בעיר שוחטים רבים מנו, there's laws, there's more than 30 שוחטים. אם כל זה יכולים לגבור כל הלילה, they can't finish it. And they continue during the day to continue doing it. Okay, so again, it's very, they actually just came out with the whole Kol Koreh. The Kol Koreh basically was that, the Kol Koreh was that basically you have to be very, very careful, because nowadays there's a lot of people that ki'ilu they're shochatim, right? And they come and they do shchita and shchita and shchita, and they didn't learn it properly, and they make nevelot trefot, then they don't come and they don't clean it properly. The kitzur, it's a big balagan. Okay, so it's very important. Rabbi Yosef comes and he says, this is in Halachot Olam, Chelek Bet Amud Resh Nun He to Resh Nun Chet, also the Chazon Ovadia. He says that since a lot of Achronim are bringing down that because there's so many problems of the Shechita by the Shechotei Afot on Erev Yom Kippurim, there's so many people that are coming to do the Shechitot and everything, so there's a lot of takalot and mikshalot b'Shechitat Afot. A lot of times the Rabbanim come and they check the Sakanim and they're completely pagum, right? That means the knives are completely bad. And a lot of times also there's a lot of nevelot inside also with the ksherot, and also a lot of them they're up very, very late in order to do a lot of the kaparot, and therefore since they're so tired they don't even check anyways. So therefore he comes and he says that they're giving them nevelot Yisrael on Erev Yom HaKadosh. So therefore a lot of Gedolei Acharonim, they went and they said they should do it a few days before Erev Yom Kippurim in order that there shouldn't be so many problems, right? And that's why he says also the shechita should be done slowly, right, properly, and it's chovah kedosha the rabbanim shomrei mishmeret in every single place, right, to pay them a lot of attention. Okay, so again, this is just different things. Why? Because at the end of the day, people should be careful. Sometimes they come, I've seen it. I've seen it that they come and they say, hey, we're doing, and they do so many hundreds, one after their hands are trembling afterwards. Their hands are trembling because they're doing so many shchitot. How in the world are they even checking the knife? It's impossible. You understand? It's very, very difficult. So therefore, a person should be very, very careful what he's doing. Halakha Gimel. Halakha Gimel. Any balabait, if the shochet comes to his house to do shechita, don't let him do shechita until he checks the knife properly. And then again, he's going to check it after the shechita. Right? How many people do that? In between, they don't have the time to breathe. Yasmin balabait efer kira, he's going to bring efer kira in his hands. And then what he's going to do is he's going to make the bracha of al kisui yadam. Right? Al kisui yadam ba'afar. And therefore, since there's a lot of afot lishchot, the balabait is going to make it first. And then afterwards, one of the balabait, the next balabait on the second one and the third one, and the shochet is also going to cover it at the end. And we don't say marbim brachot, because every single one is doing it on a new shchita and new blood. Okay, so therefore there's not going to be any problem, right? Efer kira is like the sinisa, the ashes from the kira, from the stuff, from the stove, from the ovens. Okay, so therefore he comes and he says you're covering it over. שיש בו שתי פילות ופתילות במקום האור יהיו פרודות, רק השווים שלהם נביאים יחד, כדי שישחט לאורם. Also, he has to do it to the light. Okay? הלכה ד' בסעודת המפסק נוהגים בביתנו, right, מזמן קדמון לטבל הפת בסוכר. They used to dip the bread in sugar. מנהג אשכנז, צריך גם כן להביא ממנה, but you also need the salt on the table, so you also do it also in salt and also in sugar. נוהגים באשכנז לומר בגמר, הסעודת המפסקת, they say at the end of the סעודת המפסקת, שיר המעלות בשובו שם את שיבת ציון, is brought in the Magen Abraham, is also תם מנהג זה לנכון אומרו, and I also said it מזמור לתודה, in שחרית שסק מנהג החסידים מבית אל, נהיה כל השבנים ותקולים ממנו אמן. עבירות שבין אדם לחברו, אין יום הכיפורים מכפר עד שיפייסנו. So anything to do with interpersonal relationships, this was a shiur of last night, the Kippur is not going to forgive until you're going to appease them. And therefore, everyone has to ask Mechila, Berev Yom Kippurim, or beforehand, also during the Seder Mechuvah. And it's good that the Chazan should actually say, in Kal Nidre Rabotai, Timchelu Zelazeh, forgive each other. And the Kahal say, Machalnu, in order that it should actually be Mitorer during the time, Sanagoria, the Elmaleh Yisrael, Davar B'ito Matov, a good thing, Cherin Akti Bezat Hashem Po Yitbarach, Hashem Yitbarach Po Yirenu Ya'eh. Next, a person should kiss his father's and mother's hand on Erev Yom Kippurim. Before going to the Beit Knesset, he will catch and ask for them for forgiveness. There's an obligation, everybody. Somebody that doesn't do so, he's called a sinner. He's disgracing the kavod of his parents. They're obligated to come and ask Kol sheken from your parents. Because the person's not going to be safe from this every single day. But if the person's a shoter, he doesn't ask, they should forgive him. They should say, so they should say, basically, they know the child. The child So he just says, you know what, he's going to forgive it. The husband should forgive his wife on everything that she spent too much money in the house. Okay? Right? שיש לו רב בית.
I have to register to
And also, תמיד שיש רב בית.
everything that I spend is you are going to have more bracha, so I have to spend more and more.
So don't tell
כל
me.
תלמיד. Yeah? תלמיד שיש לו רב בעיר, also a student that has a rabbi in the city, should go before Yom Kippurim and ask for him מחילה. Okay? הלכה זין, ייזהרו אנשים בערב יום כיפורים מניפור התרנגולים שהם רבים. Right? The women should be very careful on Erev Yom Kippur, cleaning the tarnagolim. Sheikh behem kinim shekurim, there's a lot of kinim which are called kigad, which are dvukim b'ora tarnagolet, and therefore it's very matzui, so the person should be very, very careful. Okay? Yizaru b'tvilah b'Erev Yom Kippurim, the person should be careful in doing tvilah on Erev Kippur. Yeah? He comes and he says, Umish anus, and somebody that's going to be anus, right? Ve'enu yachol lidvol b'mikveh, and cannot do tvilah b'mikveh. Right? Ya'aseh tisha kabin, he should do tisha kabin, as I wrote above, right? V'gam anashim yasu tvilah, also the women should do tvilah on Erev Yom Kippurim. So here, Rabbi actually says that women that are inside the Shiva Nekiim or Betulot, they should not do, right, tvilah, as if not, right, it's chashash michshol, right? It's going to come out a stumbling block, and therefore they should not do so. So now it says, right, the governor Shiva Sutuvila B'Yom Kippurim for Tahara, and I already brought down in Parashat Nitzavim Seder Atvilot, the exact same thing that you do in, right, Erev Yom Kippur as well, the men and the women. I'm Mate Ephraim, even the Arim Tulosh B'nei Mitzvah Yishem Nitbol, they should be careful with the Chatzitza, and they should also do the Tvilah after cutting their nails and brushing their hair. Halakha tet, women that become, they make the nerot, כמו ליל שבת מברכים להליק נר של יום הכיפורים, they're going to make the bracha of להליק נר של יום הכיפורים. Yeah, ומנהג עירנו that the women make שהחיינו בנרות יום טוב, יום הכיפורים, ומחל בשבת they make להליק נר של שבת יום הכיפורים, and once they do it, then they are going to be חל עליהם, right, יום הכיפורים, and then they're going to be אסורים במלאכה and all the חמש עינויים.
Moroccan we do shechin, the women?
Yes. The women in Ashkenaz, they have a minhag to start fixing the on the 8th of Tishri, right? They start fixing the ptilot, the wicks of Nerot Yom Kippurim, and also the Nerot that they come and they take them to the Bet Knesset and everything. Why? Because that was the first day of the Chinuch Bet HaMikdash, and it's a beautiful minhag. Okay? Number 11. Tosif Mechol HaKodesh. You have to add on from the weekday to the Kodesh. Ubelel Shabbat and Leil Shabbat, Kabbalah hi Amirat Boi Kala. So now on Leil Shabbat, you do it Boi Kala, Boi Kala. But on the night of Kippur, in but if you already accepted it with mefurash with your mouth, so then it's going to be chal from the time of the Kabbalah. I mean, the one that's saying that has a separate kol nidre, he's the one that says shechianu b'kol ram, and he has the kavanah to be mitzvah tziburi lechuba. We don't do it. We just do it. It's always the chazan. Okay, that's what we do, right? Shlech tzibur. So he says, what happens right now, right? If a person is very, very, he doesn't hear properly, right? So he says over here, so then he should make the bracha to himself. So then he should say, and then they should say it, people should say quietly. And then say, the answer Shemaim, and then I already explained what does Shemaim mean. It means basically the ones that are listening, the ones that's being listened to, right? They are going to come and they are both having kavanah together. Yudbet, katan kodem echad aser shanim lo yitaneh. A child which is less than 11 years old, right? He says he should not fast. Okay? So he comes and he says, so here, Rabbi says that if it's less than 9, they don't fast at all. Okay? And even if he wanted to fast, we give him to eat. Now, if he's 9 years old, he could do Tanit Shaot. Okay? That's what it is. Okay? Then it says over here, so then they should just pay attention. Okay, fine. Okay. Then he says that even a 12-year-old, right, or an 11-year-old for a girl, they should only do until chatzot and not more than that. That's what the Rabbi says. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
After mitzvah?
Which one? Now, so therefore a katan that's before 11 years old, he's not going to fast at all. And afterwards, if he could fast, then he could fast. The chiyuv doraitas, the zechar is only going to be for 13 years old, and for the nekavah it's going to be 12 years old. And midrabanan 1 year before because of chinuch. And that's what we said before, the Bizmanenu, that they're not this sort of thing. So technically speaking, even a 12-year-old or an 11-year-old for a girl, they would do even until Chatzot Hayom.
אפילו אחד בפניו?